Welcome to the fourth and final installment of the Fallen Flag Special. This entire video will cover my best catches and memories of the Canadian Pacific Railway. CP was the only Class 1 railroad I never got to film trains on, but I was always excited to catch CP power since it is so rare to see their engines this far south. For my first ever catch of Canadian Pacific, I was in the right place at the right time. On May 17, 2015, what I believe to be NS 384 came north through Thomasville, Alabama with an all-EMD lash-up of SD70M, NS 2627 leading the train Longhood forward, SD60M Triclops CP 6262, and SD70M-2 NS 2710. While the video quality isn't great, a lash-up like this will never be seen again. CP6262 is one of 5 former Sioux Line Triclops SD60Ms on Canadian Pacific's roster, and both NS 2627 and NS 2710 are no longer on Norfolk Southern's roster. My next catch of Canadian Pacific would come over a year later on another unrepeatable lash-up. Just after midnight on June 6, 2016, NS 384 would come north through Thomasville with SD70 ACE NS 1070, the Wabash Heritage Unit, leading SD30C Eco CP 5037 and -9 NS 9553. While NS 1070 is still active on Norfolk Southern's roster, NS 9553 will soon be converted to an AC44C6M, and it is very unlikely to see a CP SD30C Eco in southwest Alabama ever again. On September 9, 2017, I would be waiting in downtown Thomasville for NS 385, which had a colorful lash-up of ES44AC CP 8761, SD70M UP 4964, and ES44AC NS 8101, the Central of Georgia Heritage Unit. This was the first of 2 lash-ups that I caught with a Canadian Pacific engine, a Norfolk Southern Heritage Unit, and an engine from another foreign railroad in September of 2017. The other lash-up can be found in Part 1 of this series. CP 8761, UP 4964, NS 8101, Central of Georgia. Several months would pass before I would see another Canadian Pacific engine, which would be AC 4400 CW CP 9800. Even though this train was composed of mostly Union Pacific power, this 12-engine lash-up on CSX X788 was too good to pass up. I was able to confirm all of the engine numbers despite the train moving at a good speed in low lighting conditions. CSX 5296, CSX 374, UP 8449, UP 8541, UP 6753, UP 7037, UP 55992, CP 9800, 8518 UP, UP 5950, UP 5386, UP 7169. Oh man, I'm out of breath. I would not see another Canadian Pacific engine until 2020, but 2020 would be the year I would catch the most CP power. On February 5th, 2020, CSX Q605 would have CP 7011, an SD70 ACU painted in CP's older maroon and gray script paint scheme. This would be the only time I would catch this engine since CP7011 was involved in a derailment on April 15, 2023, and was scrapped on site as a result of the damage it sustained. On September 3, 2020, CSX G614 would come through Bay Minette, Alabama, with YN2 CW44AC CSX T4028 leading a pair of CP rebuilds. AC 4400 CWM CP8152 and SD70 ACU CP7054 would be the second and third engines in the lash-up respectively. On December 22, 2020, I would wait in Bolaji, Alabama for Atlanta-bound intermodal train NS-24E, which originated on Kansas City Southern New Mexico rails as KCS IMYNS. This lash-up would provide a picture of things to come, with SD70ACU CP7025 leading SD70ACE KCS 4039. On March 21st, 2021, I would catch NS-344 in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. While this train originates on Union Pacific rails, ES-44AC CP8866 would be third in a 7-engine lash-up that contained engines from 3 other Class I railroads, Union Pacific, Norfolk Southern, and Burlington Northern Santa Fe. On June 11th, 2022, I would wait in Cowpen, South Carolina for NS-154. This train would have C-44ACs UP-7189 and 6800 on the head end of the train, and AC-4400CW CP-9757 would be the rear DPU. There would also be a GREX maintenance of way train in the middle of 154. My last catch of Canadian Pacific before the CPKC merger would be on July 30th, 2022 in Smyrna, Georgia. CSX B218 would have ES44AC CP8750 as the sole lead engine, and the train would tie down at the old signals in Smyrna.